Welcome everybody to update number 59. So Black Friday deals have been all over the place recently because it has been recently Black Friday and they ran over the weekend. And yeah, I've just now gotten through most of what I bought from those deals. In fact, I think this is all of it. But that's how much I've bought. I've just lost track of how much I've bought from all those deals because numerous outlets had loads of different deals on. Some had only 10% off. Some were a lot more than that. And yeah, but I did buy a few that hadn't been a part of those deals purely because I stumbled across them while looking for those for films in those deals. So yeah, these are all from the Warner Brothers Archive collection, and I believe they were all released before the ones that I've recently reviewed. Purely because they weren't on my radar, because I was still hoping that the premium collection was going to be around. So, yeah, the first of which is Straight Time, starring Dustin Hoffman. It's a crime drama. Remember it being pretty good, but I've not seen it in a while. But still, it's nice to see that it's gotten a Blu-ray release at the very least. There's a disc. And special features, you've got commentary by Dustin Hoffman and director Ulu Grosbard. You got a vintage featurette, Straight Time, he wrote it for criminals, and a theatrical trailer as well. So yeah, it's about drugs, so that's why it's rated an 18. But yeah, I do remember enjoying it, but like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it. And one that I haven't seen is Ladies They Talk About, starring the great Barbara Stanwyck. This was from 1933, so it's celebrating its 90th anniversary this year. It's only 69 minutes long, so I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But yeah, it's basically about a woman in a prison, in a women's prison, and that she's trying to basically break out. So unlike a lot of prison breakout films where it's usually centered around men, this is centering around a woman and in a woman's prison. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this. No extras, no massively big extras on this. You got a vintage cartoon called I Like Mountain Music and a theatrical trailer. So yeah, that kind of like indicator sets the tone of the era with some featurettes that don't necessarily relate to the film. That's what they're doing with that cartoon. But yeah, not much else besides that. And yeah, printed just the same as Straight Time with a blue disc. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that one purely because I am a fan of Stanwyck. And then finally, from the Warner Bros. Archive collection that wasn't part of the Black Friday deals, we have Quick Change from 1990. Really, really good cast. Bill Murray, Gina Davis, Randy Quaid, and Jason Robards in a really, really funny comedy. I watched this pretty much as soon as I got it, and yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Comes in at a scant 88 minutes long, so yeah, not very long at all, and yeah, it packs in a lot of comedic elements to it. So yeah, fantastic film to be honest. And yeah, there's no actual extras on this one. Not sure why, but yeah, there we go. Wasn't apparently a box office success at the time, which is surprising given the cast, but at least we mean that means that we get it fairly cheap in terms of a Blu-ray release. Now, all of the rest of these were on the Black Friday deals. We've got some from some boutique labels, a few that are on the basic Blu-rays. So we'll look at the basic ones first, and the first of those is The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. Now, a lot of people didn't particularly like this film. I imagine they were expecting something a lot crazier given the mad title, but I actually really, really enjoyed it, and I think Sam Elliott was excellent in the lead role. And yeah, overall an enjoyable film. Nothing that's gonna set the world on fire or anything like that, but still really, really enjoyable. And yeah, you got a bunch of special features on this. You got director's commentary, making of. You got deleted scenes, interview with a composer. Then you got Elsie Hooper short film and conceptual designs. So yeah, I do highly recommend it. I got it for very little. I think it was only just over £3 or something like that. So yeah, it was going on for very cheap. And then we have kind of to celebrate the release of the new film in the long running series, and that is Shin Godzilla. Surprised I hadn't had this earlier, but yeah, it's a really, really good reboot of the whole Godzilla series. Obviously, we have Godzilla -1 coming out soon in the UK. I believe it's already had a release in Japan. Um, and then we obviously have the Apple TV series that is also out. So I figured I may as well get one of the Godzilla films that I've enjoyed that I haven't yet purchased. And yeah, you get the Japanese version on one disc, and you get the English version on the other, which to me just says bad dubbing, quite frankly, because that's most likely what it's going to be like. But still, You've also got extras in terms of pre-visuals and outtakes, pre-visual reel, making of the VFX of. So it's a Shin Godzilla visual effects breakdown, and yeah, it's a really really good film. Kind of harks back to the original in some regards, I feel. And then we have Red Heat, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and James Belushi, directed by Walter Hill, who is really really good, obviously as a director. So it's really nice to have another one of his films. Jim Belushi, even. I don't know why I said James. But yeah, this was a new restoration back in 2019, I believe it was. So yeah, and it does have a 4K release, but even though I enjoy this a lot, I still don't think it's worth a 4K effort, to be honest, especially in terms of cost. But still, and bonus features on this, again, a lot of them: East meets West featurette, original trailer, a stuntman for all seasons, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the man who raised Hollywood, political context of Red Heat, and interview with Ed Ross, as well as a making of. So yeah, really good bus crash in this film, by the way. But yeah, still a really rather good 80s action film with buddy cop elements, because Walter Hill, you know, practically invented the buddy cop genre with 48 Hours, and yeah, he goes one step further in terms of the action, at least in terms of that film. And then from Studio Canal in their vintage classics line, we have The Silent Enemy. Decent World War II thriller, nothing remarkable though, especially in comparison to some of the releases from the 50s and 60s. This was the 1958, but still, perfectly good film, and an overall engrossing one. Bunch of special features on this one as well. The Real Commander Crab interview with author Tim Binding, Commander Crab Mysteries from 1956, and behind the scenes stills gallery. So yeah, whole load of extras on that one. And now we get to the big boutique labels. First of which is the Criterion Collection. So I finally got my hands on Cat People. I figured since I've bought a lot of the Val Lewton production films recently, likes of Bedlam and whatnot that have been released by Warner Brothers, I figured I may as well get another one of his films. And yeah, it's directed by the great Jacques Tourneur, and yeah, a really really good horror film from the 40s, 1942 to be exact. And as per usual with Criterion, you get a nice printed disc, and you also get what I believe is a poster. Yeah, it's quite an artful poster, to be honest. You wouldn't know it would be Cat People from it though, because there are obviously no words on there. But yeah, that's a really nice poster, to be honest. And then you get a write up on the back called "Darkness Betrayed" by Jeffrey O'Brien. Then you get your cast and your crew, about the transfer, special thanks, production credits, and acknowledgements. So yeah, get a whole load of writing on the back there. So yeah, that's a really nice poster. I might actually put that one up. I think that's the first poster I've actually had from a Criterion Collection film, or at least the first one that's actually stood out. Then we also have Tokyo Drifter, which I have not seen, but I've been getting into a lot of Japanese films, Asian films in general, obviously, from like Hong Kong and South Korea. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this one. Only 82 minutes long. Got new high definition digital restoration. Don't think this is the newest of releases. Yeah, 2019, but still looks like a good one. And again, get a nice printed disc. Really like the colours on this one. And yeah, also get a booklet in this one. So no poster, no big fold out thing or anything like that. Just a booklet. But it's a nicely done one regardless. And yeah, cast and crew in this one. Then you got Catch My Drift by Howard Hampton. And then you got About the Transfers and whatnot, special thanks, etc. etc. So yeah, decent sized booklet that is, but nothing massive. And then from Arrow Video, I finally got my hand on the Kinji Fukasaku's new Battles Without Honor and Humanity, the complete trilogy. I previously got the 5 set box set, and then yeah, he was those first 5 films were so successful that he was asked to do another 3. Yet to see the first 5, but I figured since this was going really cheap and I had £5 credit on our video that I yeah, finally get around to getting this. So yeah, looking forward to watching all 8 eventually. I'll probably do that in the new year because I've watched a lot of film series so far this year. Um, Zatucci being the big one, so I figure I may as well leave another big one for the new year. But still, all three films are on their own disc, as you can see. So yeah, looking forward to seeing those along with the other five, and hopefully they will also be good as one another. And from Network, considering that Network is no longer around, their stock is obviously going to be depleting quite quickly. So I figured I may as well get my hands on finally on The League of Gentlemen. Already seen this, and it's a really really good heist thriller. And yeah, you've got a good cast of Jack Hawkins and Roger Lively and Richard Attenborough. So yeah, it's a really really good effort. One I highly recommend if you have not yet seen it. Although if you live in the UK, you can see this I think for free on ITVX. So yeah, although you do have to deal with some quite egregious adverts, they are quite lengthy on that streaming service. And then from 101 Films, figured I may as well get it because it was going real cheap, and that is the Van Damme collection. So three films, AWOL, Death Warrant, and Black Eagle. Not heard the best things about Black Eagle, but I have heard some good things about the first two films. So figured I may as well get it. Three films for less than a tenner is not bad, especially since they're on all their own discs. So yeah, should hopefully be a fun time, at least, even if they're not great. And then from 88 Films, I got a whole load of films from them. A few of the basic Blu-rays, but there was also a few limited edition ones going as well. So first of which is Disciples of Shaolin. But a lot of these Shaolin films lately, I also got Shaolin Mantis, I think it was called. Yeah. But yeah, really enjoy my Hong Kong action. Well, I say Hong Kong, more like martial arts films, to be honest. But yeah, still, hopefully this will be good. I'm not sure if this is a Shaw Brothers film or not. Might well be, but who knows? Yeah, it is from Shaw Brothers Studio. So yeah, but obviously bought a lot of their films with the Shaw Scope collection films that are way down here from Arrow Video, which I've still yet to get all the way through. I think I'm about halfway through the first volume, but still, hopefully this will be a good one. And then starring the great Jackie Chan, we have Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. So this is one of his earlier ones, I believe, 1981, is it? Yeah. No, 1978, so even earlier. So yeah, don't think I've seen much in the way of early Jackie Chan, so looking forward to seeing this one. Not sure who produced this one, but yeah, it's a kung fu comedy, and it's supposed to be really good. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that. And then we have one of the maddest films I've seen as of late, and it is The Oily Maniac. That title alone just makes me laugh. But yeah, this is Shaw Brothers again trying to get into the kind of like creature feature kind of horror kind of aspects. After the likes of the Mighty Peking Man. So yeah, but this is better than that film as far as I'm concerned, just because its premise is just completely nuts, and yeah, it mostly executes it really rather quite well, to be honest. So yeah, really really enjoyable effort, and yeah, one I do highly recommend. So also predates the likes of the Toxic Avenger and the like, which you could arguably say is similar to that. And then, in terms of the limited edition ones from 88 Films, the first of which is one of the newest ones I've bought from them, and it is the Thomas Crown Affair. So this is from 1997, 98, 99. So yeah, right just before the turn of the millennium. So obviously Pierce Brosnan was right into his James Bond phase at this period. In fact, this was released the same year as The World Is Not Enough, although this is arguably the better film. Nice slipcover on it though, and yeah, get a nice poster in it as well. Good printed disc. Whole bunch of extras on it as well, but we've talked about a lot of extras already, so you can see those online if you're so interested. But yeah, still really really good film, and yeah, I really like Rene Russo, who obviously came to my eyes in terms of the likes of the Lethal Weapon films, because she was in the third and the fourth ones as Mel Gibson's partner and eventual wife, or sub partner, I guess you could say, given obviously Danny Glover was his main partner, but his main partner, yeah, but it's still Really good film. Solid remake of the original starring Steve McQueen. And yeah, overall, I recommend. One I haven't seen though is this one, Legendary Weapons of China. So yeah, don't think I've heard of anyone in this or seen anyone in this, but I'm really are rubbish at remembering names, so I might well have done. But that's the joy of something like Letterboxd. You can just look up anyone and instantly know if you've seen a film from them. So yeah, this also has a poster, but it also has a booklet with it. Really nice printed disc on this one. And yeah, nice poster to go with it. 88 Films always does a good job with their posters as far as I'm concerned, not just in terms of the look of them, but the fact that they're usually double-sided, and they have the new artwork and they're on nice printed paper as well. There's the original artwork, and there's the new artwork, which for some reason is upside down, but regardless. So yeah, it's really nice paper. Doesn't feel like it's gonna rip in an instant. And then we have a booklet as well, which isn't large or anything, but still decent enough. So yeah, this is another Shaw Brothers release. So you got A Strange Call to Arms, revisiting the odd landscape of Lao Chai Lang's early 80s martial arts flick, Legendary Weapons of China. So yeah, this is from 1982. So a bit later in the Shaw Brothers releases, to be honest. I don't think I've seen any of their films from the 80s yet, so definitely looking forward to seeing what they do in that kind of decade. So yeah, that write-up is by Andrew Graves. We've also got some shots from the film as well. Yeah, look forward to seeing that one. But I'll probably get around to those kind of like single disc Shaw Brothers releases once I've gotten around to the two Shaw Scope releases from Arrow Video. And then finally from 88 Films, we have Blood and Diamonds, which is a fairly good crime thriller, to be honest, from Italy. From 1972. Oh, 1977 even. Apparently it's the sort of follow-up to an earlier film called Caliber 9, which I've yet to see, but yeah, written and directed by Fernando Di Leo. Yeah, don't think I've seen anything from him before, but it does have Martin Balsam in it, so it's at least one actor that I've heard of before. And yeah, it's had a 4K restoration. Not sure when this was released. I'll have a check in a second. Yeah, nice printed disc. Basically, as the title says, a lot of blood, a lot of, and it's about diamonds. No, it's 2022. So yeah, a bit late on getting this one, but it was going cheap, like I said, so figured I'd take a punt on it, and yeah, it was well worth doing so. It's just another one of those releases I'm really pleased that I bought. So yeah, you got the new artwork there, which I like. It's decent enough, but I think this one, because it looks like kind of something like of James Bond, is even better. Got the Italian title there. Also got a booklet to go along with the really nice slipcover, which I've shown already, but it's really nicely done, nice and shiny. But yeah, got a nice booklet to go with it. And in here, which is on really nice paper actually, Diamonds and Bills, a comparison between John Woo's A Better Tomorrow and Fernando Di Leo's Blood and Diamonds by Francesco Masasecchi. That's interesting. They compare the two films, given they're about 10 years apart. And then you got Forgotten Gem, examining Fernando Di Leo's late 70s Politechi Future Blood and Diamonds by Andrew Graves, who also did a write-up in Legendary Weapons of China. Gets around a bit, doesn't he? And then Roma Calibro 9, Fernando De Leo's Blood and Diamonds by Rachel Nisbet. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So yeah, on really nice paper. I like the feel of that. But then finally, I've finally taken a punt on a new distributor of boutique label films, and they are Boutique Home Video. I was just trying to remember the name of them then. So yeah, basically they import stuff from the likes of the US into the UK, and then they sell them from a UK warehouse. So you don't have to wait forever for them to get from FedEx or whatever from America and finally get on a plane and finally get from the airport to your house. So yeah, and they're not much more expensive than other releases over here, to be honest, especially in terms of the couple of steelbooks that I've got. And the first of which is the fantastic Kubo and the Two Strings, and that is fantastic artwork, to be honest. So this is from Leica, who do the stop motion animation, and yeah, that is a really, really gorgeous steelbook, to be honest. Now, these kind of 4K steelbooks in the UK typically retail for around £29.99. I got this from them, from Boutique Home Video for £32.77. So, not much extra, to be honest, considering, it's had to come all the way from America and they've had to import it themselves and all of those charges. And obviously, you can find these kind of things on eBay and the like, but typically on eBay they go for way higher than that. So yeah, really impressed. It's on 4K and Blu-ray. Obviously, the 4K is region free, but the Blu-ray is obviously region locked. Not an issue for me because I have a region free player, but still, it might well be an issue for some people. But yeah, it also comes with a really nice, a little booklet as well, which isn't massive or anything, but it's definitely more than we usually get with steel books over here. We typically don't even get a poster, to be honest. But the write-up is basically just a little bit of a talk about the studio and the film itself. Yeah, because you got some like artwork or concept artwork from the film. So yeah, it's really, really nice. And then another steelbook that I got from them was Coraline, also from Leica Studios, and again, a great bit of steelbook artwork there. And again with the back, even with all the writing on the bottom. And again, like with Kubo, you get a little booklet. You also get it on Blu-ray as well, if you so wish. And I really like the artwork on the discs as well. So that's all really nicely done. And yeah, like I said, you also get a little bit of a booklet. I'm just trying to be careful because these are steelbooks, and steelbooks do get dented at times. I think, in fact, the Coraline one has been slightly dented on the front, but it's fine. You can't really see it in certain lights. But like I said, you get a booklet with this as well. So yeah, again, it's basically the same thing. Some artwork, some concept artwork from the film, talking about the film itself, and probably the studio on top of that. And also from them, I got something from Arrow Video, because Arrow Video typically do releases only for the US, which is a big shame because they release some really rather great films over there. But the first of which that I've got from them, and probably not the last, given, like I said, Arrow Video do release a lot of their films only in the US, is Hugo, which is a fantastic Martin Scorsese film. And yeah, one that I really, really enjoyed. So yeah, this is also on 4K like the previous two. It's got some really rather nice Art Deco artwork on the front there, which is also on the poster. And you get free discs on this. You get features and extras on the disc one and two. And then you get on disc three, you get more bonus features. There's a whole load of them. I'm not going to go through it all myself, but yeah, really, really nicely done. Not sure when this was actually released in the US. Oh, it's from this year. I might well actually give this a review since it was from this year. But yeah, all on 4K, but then also Blu-ray as well. But obviously the 4K won't be region locked, but the Blu-ray will be. So yeah, 3 discs there. So they've clearly put a lot of effort into putting a load of extras on there, which is always a nice thing to see. You also get a booklet with it as well. It's really good casting. This you got the likes of Jude Law and Ben Kingsley. Chloe Grace Moretz and Asa Butterfield, and Christopher Lee, Emily Mortimer, all of the people that you want. And then in the booklet itself, you've got Cinema Mon Amour by Farron Smith and Naheem. And then you've got shots from the film, as per usual with these kind of releases. That's quite a long write-up, actually. That's the entire booklet, basically. So yeah, really nicely done. And then you're getting a poster as well with the new artwork on it. Now, our video posters aren't always the best. Sometimes they are these kind of more shiny kind of paper, but it's nice to have them regardless. So yeah, there is that. Yeah, there's the original artwork for the film, and there's the Art Deco one as well, which I quite like a lot. So yeah, really enjoy that. And finally, last but not least, oh, but by the way, that was £37.50 to buy that one. So that's quite a bit more than a typical limited edition 4K release from Arrow Video. It's about £7.50 more. And there's even more expensive ones than that. The likes of Witness, which I don't think has had a release yet, but that is going for more than £50, which is obviously way above what would typically be released over here in the UK. So that is a little bit of a shame. Hopefully that'll come down at some point because I really do love that film. And finally is a Kino Lorber release. It's nothing massively special or anything, but it's one I really enjoy, and it is Juggernaut with Omar Sharif and Richard Harris, two actors I kind of enjoy. And yeah, you've got a couple of extras on it. You've got audio commentary by film historian Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson, theatrical trailer, and TV spot. So this is from 1974. It got unfairly lumped into the disaster genre craze of the 70s because at the end of the day, it's more of a hijacking thriller or something like that. No printed disc or anything, but yeah, it's just nice to have it finally on Blu-ray because I've only ever had it on DVD. So yeah, I'm sure it'll look pretty good. So yeah, that is everything that I got for Black Friday basically. Obviously there's a few in there that weren't from Black Friday, but only 3 of them, but the vast majority there were from Black Friday. So yeah, some amazing films there, some really nice releases in terms of their physical presentation, and yeah, probably one of the biggest updates we've had this year so far. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye.